Plaintiff Allison Patterson has been friends with the defendant since 8th grade, but they lost touch after college. Allison claims when they reconnected, she noticed the defendant had changed, and she's suing because she says he stole from her. Defendant Brandon Harris admits that Allison was a great friend, but he claims she turned on him out of nowhere and told friends he was gay. Brandon's countersuing for defamation and harassment.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Let's start with you, ma'am. Give me some background on your association, friendship.
All right. Well, I've been knowing Brandon since the 8th grade, which is a little bit over 20 years now. After high school graduation, I started college, and shortly thereafter, I started a family or whatever.
Good.
But we always stayed good friends over the years. In March of this year, which is 2020, I found Brandon on Instagram, and I messaged him my number. He FaceTimed me right away. During that FaceTime, I was able to see that Brandon was not the same Brandon as before, the vibrant Brandon as I've once known him to be, and this was largely due to the fact that he was now in a wheelchair. He had went through some things with his health, which resulted in him being in a wheelchair. My heart went out to him because this is my good friend for over 20 years, as I mentioned. So at that point, being that, I'm sorry, but being that,
Are you
at
stable?
that point,
You all right? Why don't you get behind him so he doesn't fall back?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Doyle.
No, you're
I
good. We
apologize,
just want to
Judge.
make, no, man.
My emotions.
She said you had a health issue.
I feel like I'm a faint because I'm overwhelmed. I'm sorry.
We got our staff that's going to help you until you get in shape, until you're in shape.
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir Doyle.
Do you mind sitting in that chair, the wheelchair?
Want to, I want to stand tall. I want to stand tall for you. I will get in a chair if you want me to. I think that's what you're trying to say, so I will.
I just don't want you to fall back.
Me neither. I'm already trying to fix myself in recovery.
Yeah, we're gonna use the chair if you don't mind. That's fine.
I'm so little.
And we're gonna put you to the side.
And I'm sorry for
That's
because
all right.
I'm just an emotional guy.
Why don't you give me some background on your friendship with Allison?
Like Allison said, we was the best. We was the Ace Coon Boons. I was popular. She was just Allison. And I'm just hurt. My heart is broken, Judge Mathis.
Why?
Because my friend dogged me out.
Let me hear from her. Ma'am, what are we talking?
Brandon, this is what Brandon does. Basically what he did to me that day, and which made me feel like I just basically want to pour my heart out.
What day?
To him.
What happened?
When he called me, when he FaceTimed me after I sent him the message with my number. So basically at that point, I'm like, okay, my good friend going through this hard time, I need to be there for him. That's just what type of person I am.
Okay.
Like anytime he needed to talk to me, I would be there to answer my phone, whether it was 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, or 10 o'clock at night. And this was at the time when I'm going to school for my master's. I was going to school, taking care of my kids, working, and making sure that they were in their e-learning class.
And you had help with your husband or their father in the household?
No, actually my daughter's father passed about 7 years ago, and my son's father...
So you're doing all this as a single mother?
As a single mother, yes.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to remind Black men and Black women who's the strongest.
Thank you.
And it's you.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir.
We was hanging out, chit-chatting and all that. She said I started talking about her. I do not remember this. She said stuff, I said stuff. Then she went ballistic. That's not even the right word. My brain...
Is that before or after the money issue?
Before. She said I was gay. She said I'm feminine. I'm not hard, which I am kind of feminine.
Why do you think she turned on you?
She just did.
You don't know why? Did you say, why are you saying these things?
I said that. I said, Allison, that's very disrespectful. We shouldn't do this to each other.
And what did she say?
She said, okay, Brandon, but I'm going to get in that. I'm telling you.
That is not true.
About what?
Because I was saying stuff, Your Honor. Judge Mathis.
So you were the one that started stuff.
No, when she said stuff, I'll say stuff back.
what happened was Brandon would call me crying, and I'll be like, what's wrong now? I'm like, Brandon, here go that soft stuff, except it would be the explicit. Here go, don't bring, come on, we got to be stronger than that. Now, we not going to be soft. That's because I am a very strong person.
Yes, she did.
So I would tell him that same thing. You got the,
Thank you.
You got to get yourself together. Life goes on. In addition to that, I attend religious meetings every Wednesday and Sunday. I let him, via Zoom, I let him listen to those meetings with my family and I as well.
Tell me about this money you're suing him for.
Yes, soon I would learn that Brandon was being vindictive and stealing from me behind my back. And I also learned after all this stuff happened that this was not Brandon's first time doing this. If you can see on the evidence page 1 through 3.
You still stealing? No more? How many people you steal from, bro? I mean, you don't remember. So many you can't remember.
In the past,
Just
a couple of people when I was in high school, yes, I was very immature. I was materialistic. I wanted nice stuff that I didn't pay for, and I did bad stuff, Judge Mathis. Okay. I'm trying to work on being a better man, just like you.
That's right. That's what I was about to say.
Rebirth.
I stole everything and wasn't nailed down.
I'm in rebirth, meaning I'm starting all over again. Good. God has me all over. My legs happened in September 2019. It was horrible. I woke up, I stood up, and I fell on the floor. I collapsed. I was like, oh God, I will never model again. I will never do nothing again, God.
What condition did you suffer from to cause that?
Neuropathy. Neuropathy ruins your muscle, legs, and your nerves. I came home, everything was different. My son was different. My girl was different. She threw away all my stuff. Everything, Your Honor, but I don't care because that's material stuff. She threw away Gucci, Prada, Louis, Balenci, Givenchy. Yeah. And
did you throw away your Tom Ford or you didn't have any?
I didn't have time for it.
Go ahead.
Stop it.
Go ahead.
Last year, I lost everything. I lost my cars. I sold my house, my car. I had a 2015 BMW X1 for my girl. I had a VW Jetta for both of us, and I had a 2017 Lincoln MKZ. I made $50,000 a year. To some people, that's not crap. To Brandon Harris, who has not had a father, who taught himself everything he knows, who went from A to B, struggles throughout life, almost died plenty of times. That was a lot. I'm sorry, guys. It was a lot.
Okay. Now she has to tell me about what she believes happened with the money.
Okay. Go ahead. And as the pandemic and restrictions lighten up, I was able to go and help Brandon out more than I was over the phone. So he would basically text me things or tell me on the phone the things that he would need, and I would go ahead and purchase them for him. In late July, Brandon sent me a total of $1,260 via jail transfers to my bank account.
Why did he send you money?
Because I was going shopping for him. So this wasn't just one time. This was over several transfers. So,
okay.
Transactions or transfers.
Hold on. I got to listen to what she's saying first, and I'll let you. Go ahead.
Okay. On August the 12th, which was my kids' first day of e-learning for their new school year, I tried to go and purchase a pair of AirPods for my son at Target. At that point, my Target card did not go through. So at that point, I tried to sign into my banking mobile app, and it wouldn't allow me to sign in. So I called my bank right away. After spending 2 hours on the phone with my bank, they advised that my account was set to be closed, all my funds were frozen, and it was due to the Zelle transfers initiated from Brandon's bank account. So I called Brandon. I took off the rest of the day from work, and I called Brandon right away and told him the newfound information. And automatically, I'm sorry, Allison. And he explained that what he did, he got from the large lump sum that he received from SSI and unemployment in the beginning of June, he spent all of that money. And to recoup that money, he called his bank and made false claims on all of those transactions, which made my Zelle transfers that he initiated and sent to me for the items that I had bought for him be included in those false claims as well. So both Brandon and I called his bank. His bank at that time withdrew all the claims, which made his bank account negative $7,400. So you can imagine how many claims he had filed. At that point, they said, as due diligence to me, they even apologized to me. They said, as due diligence to me, they'll communicate this with my bank and send information over to my bank, in which they did.
Why is it $757?
Because I had other transactions that were pending on my bank account at that time, and being that those items were pending, only the $757 was truly available.
Okay.
Yes.
And so that's what you're suing him for, the $757.
Yes,
as
in
money.
addition
And then
to-
the rest is emotional distress.
Very much so, yes.
How so?
It took 3 weeks to resolve, which resulted in uncountable hours and calls made between the banks, Zelle and Brandon. I had to take off time from work to file a police report. I had to file an internet crime report. In addition to that, I had to drive out to Brandon House 20 minutes back and forth to resolve this. In addition to that, I lost a 10-year relationship with my bank. In addition to that, I had to open up another checking account and have my credit run again. I missed my kids' first week of e-learning. I had to turn in 2 reports.
Why did you miss that?
Because I was on the phone with the banks all this time.
Okay.
So
Sir,
she's-
let me hear from you on the money.
So I did send Allison that money so she could get me stuff. The items that she got me was liquor, marijuana, and food.
What
That's
did you
a
tell
lot.
her to get you?
That's a lie. I did not get him marijuana.
What did you tell her to get you? Sir, what did you tell her to get you?
Liquor, marijuana, and food.
And so she got what you asked her to get.
Yes, and I had to buy her everything. I was saying, I can't
He is
believe
lying. I can't believe
I can't
you've been lying like this.
Judge Mathis. I gotta tell this part, Judge Mathis. This is the most important part. I had a bad addiction to cocaine. I know you do not like cokeheads, crackheads, and none of that. You knock those people out. I'm not those people no more. Goodbye.
Good.
And
That's right.
I'm not no more.
Good.
And I'm proud of myself
Good.
because it's only been 2 months, but addiction is serious. I cried because I told myself, oh, it'll never get that serious. Oh, how does he do that? I
You
did
were
not.
snorting cocaine or you were smoking?
Oh no, I was snorting. I act so much better.
You weren't a crackhead, you were a cane head.
Yeah, and it's not cool, Judge Mathis. It's not. It makes you feel like you're the awesomest person ever. You're marvelous. You perfect. You do everything. You Superman. And then once
That'll make you talk crooked.
Judge
You
Mathis, stop
turned
it.
up. All the ones I know, when they come talk to me, they go in the room, they fine, talking to me regular.
You know
come
when
out
it
the
switches.
room.
That lip. You be like, why that lip twitching?
That's what I told you.
You be like,
I
do that
told
lip
you
got
about the
Tourette's?
mouth. You
Does
know
it
I
have
know.
Tourette's?
Tell me about this money, though.
So-
the money she wants, the $757.
I sent her that money. My bank says she's about to feel not good.
What page of your evidence are you referring to?
Thanks, Doyle.
You bet.
What page? do
Doyle
you
is
know?
a good guy. Y'all some like, you Batman, he Robin.
That's right. Now he's Batman, I'm Robin. When I go out and all these women be asking me about him, I'm his side.
When I seen Doyle, I almost passed out.
Thank you. You took his breath away.
Page 3, Your Honor.
Page what?
3.
3. It says, Allison Patterson, since the $1,000 you sent could not be deposited, the payment was canceled.
Boom.
Okay. Your Honor, I have something to contradict that.
All right, but what's the defamation you're countersuing her for?
She harassed me. She said her boyfriend was her baby daddy was gonna beat me up. She said she was gonna shoot me. She said do not play with her. She said her brother will get me.
Did you call the police about the threats?
Did I call the police?
Yes.
Yes.
And you have the police report about the
No,
threats?
I did not. She said.
What did the police say when you called them, telling them that your life has been
They
threatened?
said make a restraining order, and if she comes
Did you
back,
do that? Why?
because it's hard for me to get outside. Because I stay by the sand and everything, and it's just
Okay.
horrible.
That's because it's not true.
All right.
Then on top of that, she said all those threats to me, scared me, sent the police to my house saying I had a gun to my head with my son there. She was like, I told her, I was like, Allison, why did you send the police to my house? She said, Brandon, you must got a lot of enemies. I said, Allison, I don't have enemies.
Okay.
Only situation I got going on is you right now, and I know you did this. I was like, you're wrong, Allison.
What communication is it that you want to prove your case with?
Okay, on page 4, it has his name.
Page 4?
Yes, please, yes. And you can see the $1,000 transaction, Dale transfer confirmed, and the confirmation number right there on 729, 1,000. Everything above it is the
I
other
don't know where you got
260.
your thing, sir. This is official. Nothing about yours looks official, sir.
Oh, that's
Nothing
from the
about
bank.
this piece of evidence. And this shows from her bank. It's a printout from her bank that says it was accepted and paid, sir.
And then
Judge
on page
Mathis.
5, also, you can see where he filed the claim to my bank
Okay.
for unauthorized withdrawals.
Right. And did you harass him or threaten him?
No, sir, I did
or
not. The only
defame
reason why I
him?
placed calls to Brandon Brandon was to resolve this
How many
matter.
times?
Over the past 3 weeks, I had to contact him at least 10 times
More.
over the 3 weeks because
Text
I could not reach his bank unless he was on the phone.
You have any evidence of the harassment? She denies it.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
She harassed
And
me.
so I'm going to go with evidence
And she made
today.
fun of me. She told her kids I do drugs and I'm gay.
I didn't even know
All
he
of
did
you all
cocaine.
are both denying everything. $757. Have a good day. No emotional distress. Your claim is dismissed
take
as
anxiety
well.
because of
Have a
her.
good day. You haven't proven it.
What goes around comes around. Believe them tables ain't stopped turning. You gonna get everything you looking
Girl,
for.
just stop. God's gonna bless me with everything. You're right.